another edition of the Talking with God series. And today, I want to point you towards the key. The key that is important to start your vehicle and to get it to where it needs to go. Because what we do sometimes is that we lean on the wrong keys. Yeah? And so we're going to look at the book of John chapter 14 verse 6, which Jesus is speaking, says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. If any man comes unto the Father, must first come through me. And so what Jesus is saying in that scripture is that he is the key to get us from one spot to the purpose designed in the Father. And so this is my bunch of keys for my Mazda BT50. This is no Mazda. And so it's an analogy of how some people would take what they think is the correct key and sit in the vehicle and try to get to where they need to get to. And so you're putting things in place. You're setting things in place. You're leaning on witchcraft. You're leaning on friends, wrong relationships. You find yourself entangled in situations like gambling and other addictive stuff. But your vehicle not moving. Your vehicle not moving. And it's because we are using the wrong key to get that vehicle to move. And sometimes what we do out of frustration is that we attempt to push and we get vexed with the vehicle because we have attempted to use the wrong key to get that vehicle to where it was designed to in God. So today I want to testify to you, lean on Christ because he is the key to get you from one place to the purpose in the Father. Be encouraged, my friends, and stay strong. Do not become entangled in the things of this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Allow Christ to be the key that will take your vehicle forward in purpose. Stay strong, and God bless.
Rearranging a formula is also known as changing the subject. The subject of a formula is the letter or variable that is on its own on one side of the equals. For example, y is the subject of the formula because it's on its own and x has other things around it. Changing the subject means that you are going to make something else be on its own. I'll show you what I mean. Let's say I had the formula y equals x plus 6. If I want x to be the subject, I'm going to move this 6 to the other side of the equal sign. Don't forget, when you move something, it becomes its inverse. Inverse means opposite. The opposite of add is take away. The opposite of times is divide. Let's do it then. Let's move this 6 to the other side of the equals. And you've finished because x is on its own. Let me show you a different one. Y equals 5x. I want to rearrange the formula. Currently, this 5 is timesing the x. So when I move it to the other side, it's going to become a divide. And you've finished. What happens though, if you get a slightly harder one? I'm going to start by moving this minus 7. Minus 7's inverse is add 7. So let's move it over. Y add 7 equals 3x. Then I'm going to move this 3. Y add 7 divided by 3 equals x. And I've finished. It's very similar to the method that you use when solving equations. Just remember, any time it moves over the line or over the equal side, it becomes its inverse. You have a go. There are 3 questions here. You can pause the video and have a go at those on your own whiteboard. Let's go through some answers. Currently, this 2 is timesing the x. So when I move it over, it's going to become a divide. Done. You could write that as x equals y divided by 2. It doesn't matter. This 1 is currently adding, so when I move it over, it's going to become a takeaway. Done. Start off moving this minus 2. And then move this times 4. Done. If you got any of those wrong, ask somebody else in the class or put your hand up. But I'm going to ask you to try 3 more. Let's make this one a little bit more tricky. Pause the video now while you have a go at them on your whiteboards, and then I'll go through some answers. Okay, this one. Start by moving the minus 2 and then the 3. So this one would be x add 2 divided by 3 equals t. Done. This one would be x take away 6 equals t. Done. And this one, this is currently a divide by 3, so it will times x on the other side. Done. An interesting real-life example of this would be the speed, distance, time formula. Well, you've learnt that you use the formula triangle. However, the formula triangle is just an easier way to explain that you're actually rearranging the formula. If you wanted to find d, you wanted to find distance travelled, you could rearrange this formula so that d becomes the subject. So I've got a divide by t now, so on the other side it will become a times by t. And speed times time equals distance. If I then wanted to find time, I could make that the subject. So time equals distance divided by speed. Speed, distance, time only comes up on the linear exam. Now I'd like you to have a go at the activity that I've provided. If you get stuck, either re-watch part of the video, ask a friend, or as your last resort, put your hand up. Well done. Let's see.